Hello everyone, in this video I'm going to be giving you my top 5 strategies to support your reluctant reader at home. And when I refer to a reluctant reader, I'm talking about children who can read but who choose not to. Now, one of the main reasons, apart from all the social pressure around drawing them away from reading, one of the main reasons children who can read choose not to read is because of fluency issues. Now, when I say fluency, I'm referring to children who are just a little bit slower at reading, and this places huge amount of pressure on their comprehension. So although they can read, they're just a little bit slower to read a sentence, a little bit slower to read a paragraph, a little bit slower to read a page. And by the end of that page, they've had to focus so hard on what they are reading just to access the words that they really struggle to understand what they have been reading. Now, as you can imagine, this leads to things like fake reading or barking at print. And it's not a pleasant experience for children because they don't understand what they are reading. And there really is no point to reading if you don't comprehend or understand it. So how can we help these children to still, even though they don't like reading, how can we encourage them to continue to access the written word, because we know how valuable it is for their vocabulary and their grammar and their syntax that they still are reading. So these are my top 5 things that I would recommend that you do as parents for your children between 9 and 16. And just remember that these are not strategies if your child is struggling to read. If you are experiencing that, or your child is struggling to decode or read words, please do get in touch with your SENCO because there's another set of strategies that would work for you. But as I said, these are for your children who can read but who probably just opt not to. So the first thing I recommend is to reduce the amount of reading that is expected on a daily or weekly basis. So initiatives such as, you will only be able to play on your Xbox if you've read for 20 minutes, or let's drop everything and read time, while that is very well intentioned, can lead to fake reading, and children will just be looking at the book and thinking about the weekend. Ultimately, children need to read and then comprehend what they are reading. So we reduce that expectation. So we keep it to 3 to 5 minutes, or if you or your child prefers, a couple of sentences or even a paragraph of a book, and then to talk about it. So you read and then you discuss. So I actually talk about dead time instead of dear time, which is drop everything and read, and dead time is drop everything and discuss. I know that's not the greatest acronym, but it really holds true for children with fluency issues. Drop everything and discuss. You read a little bit, 3 to 5 minutes, and then you talk about what you have read. So that's my first strategy. My second strategy is to break the traditional view of reading. Picking up a book and getting lost and being whisked away to another world is really not realistic for children who have fluency difficulties. I think there are reading opportunities all around us every single day, and we need to encourage our children to identify those and read them as often as possible. Things like reading a recipe or a manual if you've had a new dishwasher delivered, how to install the dishwasher. The back of the cereal box, those kinds of things, road signs will still be valuable reading opportunities that usually are just missed by children who have fluency difficulties. So as parents, if we can stop and identify those and encourage our children to read them, they will still be getting access to print, just not in the traditional way that we expect. My third recommendation is to get visual. Now, this means we're looking at things like graphic novels and comics and the use of drawings when your child is reading. So graphic novels such as Diary of a Wimpy Kid are absolutely brilliant because it takes what could be quite a lengthy text and breaks it up, and there's a visual break after each paragraph, which is just such a relief for a child with fluency issues. Comics, of course, wonderful, visual with a little bit of writing. Again, still get to the comprehension stage, which is wonderful. So another thing you can do is get your child to read a paragraph and then to draw a picture about it and then to describe it. Okay, so that was my third one, get visual. And number 4 is to follow your child's interests. So whatever they are interested in, you're going to find as much text as possible around that area of interest, and you're going to download it. You're going to, if possible, you're going to buy resources that match their area of interest. If you can get visual around their interests, then you are doing a fantastic job. And my 5th and my final tip is my most important, and I think it's relevant for a child of any age, and that is to read to and to read with your child as often as possible. So you can read anything from Lord of the Rings to Diary of a Wimpy Kid, whatever it might be, but the benefits are huge, from building their vocabulary to exposing your child to sentence structures that will be used in school, but we don't use in our spoken language. And if children don't experience that through books, they will struggle. They are likely to struggle when they get into the school and then for academic language. So you read to, but also with. And by that, I mean reciprocal reading. You can take turns in reading. I read a paragraph and then your child reads a paragraph. And you can stop quite regularly and discuss what you are reading with your child. Again, really driving in and getting to the root of what the purpose of reading is, and that is the comprehension phase of reading. So I do hope that those 5 tips are useful for you. The tips are in a PDF format on our website, or they have been sent to you through your SENCO at one of your schools. You're very welcome to get in touch with me if you've got any questions, but otherwise I wish you all the very, very best of luck, and I hope that everybody is staying well and safe out there. Thanks for watching. Bye bye.